In seasons of waiting, waiting for a new job or a baby or a marriage, or for your children or you to heal from a chronic illness, or a new house to be built, or a move, all these seasons of waiting we endure, we can get stuck in the feeling that life will begin after this. It almost feels like we're in this holding pattern until the next season of our life begins. We might even feel like this isn't our real life at all. That magical moment when this introductory chapter turns the page to the real story, that's our real life. And usually it's not even the waiting that we mind so much, it's that feeling of our life being on hold. But here's the thing, friend. Waiting is still a real season. It's still your life. It's not a dress rehearsal or an intermission. It's not a hallway between rooms. It's not the introduction before the book begins. And it is definitely not God pausing his work within and his purpose for your life. Your story is still being written even in the in-between. Today, we are going to deep dive into 7 tools that will help you to continue intentionally living out the story God is writing with your life, and to even create one of the most beautiful seasons of your life, even in the in-between while you wait. I have had many such seasons and have learned the absolute importance of the very things that we are going to talk about today, whether those seasons were waiting when the light was at the end of the tunnel, like waiting for a house to be built while we lived in a camper, or whether those seasons didn't seem to have any light at the end of the tunnel at all, wondering when my children and I would heal from a chronic illness. So these tools will be helpful for you no matter which type of waiting you are experiencing. Let's get right into it. Number 1, worship while you wait. It's like whistle while you work, but worship while you wait. God is not only sovereign, he is good. And it took me a few seasons of waiting to realize that I was questioning God's goodness every time that I was discontent. And it is something that we can forget whenever we are tempted to be discontent with our circumstances, but he is good. And because he is good, he can be trusted. We can rest in his perfect timing as we wait on him. And worship should really be a daily anchor. It's not just a practice reserved for Sunday mornings. So read the Bible, sing hymns and songs of praise, bare your heart and soul to the one who numbers the very hairs on your head. He wastes nothing. He will renew your strength. He will grant you those new morning mercies. Our good God is an expert at making beauty thrive in the most fragile of places. So honor him, love him, do what his word instructs you to do. Worship and thanksgiving can really mark our lives while we wait. And it's not because we've arrived in our perfect circumstance, but it's because the God who orders our lives is good. Number 2, tune your heart to what God is teaching you. This is a lot easier to do when we're already doing number 1, right? Even on those really hard days, it was helpful for me to shift my perspective from thinking, what is God doing to me, to what is God producing within me? Not a single day is wasted for the believer. When the Lord saved us, friend, he began in us the process of sanctification that will last until we are in our glorified bodies. So this very unlikely or difficult or surprising season, it's all part of his plan to make you more like Jesus. The fruit he desires to produce in us often grows best in soil that is rained upon from time to time. Because were the sun always to shine, our branch would just dry up and wither. Maybe for you it's patience, or maybe it's trust, or tenderness, or kindness, or joy. Maybe this thorn you would love to remove is the very thing that will grow humility in your heart. It can be helpful to really hold timelines and expectations with an open hand, even as we work towards a new season. Prayer and journaling can be really powerful ways to see how God shaped our character and perspective, even in times of stillness. Because waiting is not simply delaying the future. It's really providing the time in which God will shape the person who will live in it. Number 3, make life enjoyable while you wait. I'm a huge proponent of this one, and I do not mean aesthetic perfection. It does not need to fit into an Instagram square or a YouTube video or a Pinterest board, right? I'm just talking about tending to your 5 senses while you wait. And remember that little gestures really matter. Tie back the curtains or open the blinds. Light the candles, open the windows, hang your favorite art or photo. Take on little projects like arranging flowers or planting seeds or creating new table settings. Serve up a really tasty dinner in a beautiful way. When we were living in our camper, my husband built a deck and we planted flowers on that deck to enjoy all summer long. We ate outside anytime that we could, and we were living in this camper for 8 months, and we were a family of 7, from teens down to a little baby who was learning to walk. But tending to the senses gave us some of our favorite memories in that in-between season. We know that visual delight can really lift the mood even while we await something that's maybe even more beautiful visually. We can focus on acts that invite us to live in the present. So you can practice handwritten notes, or you could organize a closet, journal, cook from scratch, paint, make your bed, eat your favorite snack. Just these tangible analog things. We really honor our personhood when we create rhythms that we enjoy. Because I really want you to hear me on this, my friend. Do not treat delight as a reward for arrival. Treat it more like nourishment for this journey that you are on. When we are doing these things, we are telling our mind and our body that life is still happening right here. Number 4, celebrate while you wait. This could be birthdays, anniversaries, small joys, little milestones. You will never regret pausing to celebrate. How easy is it to say, oh, we'll celebrate when blah, blah, when life calms down, when I feel more myself, when I'm less depressed, when we have the space or the money to do it right. Celebration is an act of faith. It's not denial. And it marks time even when everything feels in between or unfinished or even mostly stressful. When we were living in our camper, we hosted book clubs and birthday parties and cousin movie nights, and those celebrations provided us with so many core memories. Providentially, I filmed this video over the course of a weekend in which my dad had to go to the ER and have emergency surgery, and we hosted an engagement party to celebrate an upcoming marriage. We were awaiting my dad's arrival home and his full healing while we gathered with 20 people in our home and feasted and prayed over this upcoming union. Real life is often such a mix of joy and pain. It's laughter and tears. It's rejoicing and lamenting, all intertwined. But that's exactly how our very real life plays out. It does not make one season worth celebrating and another worthless, because all of life is worth celebrating. Number 5, so practical, so free, and so helpful. Learn to calm your nervous system. Chronic waiting can really keep the body in survival mode when we perceive the season as stress. But there are some very practical things we can implement to calm our nervous system. Here are 3 of them. Walk. Walking is so great for the nervous system. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which puts us in the state of rest and digest. And it also stimulates the vagus nerve, which reduces our fight or flight response. Calms that like wired but tired feeling. It promotes bilateral stimulation, which is just that left-right alternating movement. And that synchronizes the 2 hemispheres of the brain, and it improves emotional processing. So in essence, it really just allows the nervous system to downshift. Also, get in the sun when you can. Daily sunlight can help to normalize cortisol rhythm. It increases serotonin. That improves your mood. It reduces your anxiety, reduces inflammation in the brain, enhances dopamine sensitivity. Sunlight is so good. And finally, breathe. Something we have to do, right? But slow, controlled breathing, like in for a count of 4, out for a count of 6 or 8, lowers our heart rate. It signals safety to our brain. And did you know that panic can actually be stopped mid-episode with breath control? Pretty cool. Breathing can even trigger the relaxation response, which can make way for our thinking brains to kick in, which makes us less likely to be led by our emotions, which is a great thing. And I want you to hear me on this point, because peace is not something that needs to be postponed while you wait. Peace is yours in every circumstance through Christ. Number 6, keep those traditions alive. Don't pause your family culture while you're waiting for the next season to arrive. We are actually always on our way to the next season, really, whether we want to be or not. So let's be intentional no matter where we are. Family rhythms, they anchor us. They anchor our kids in our identity. Traditions say we are still a people. These are the things that matter. The small little rituals that we practice, they cultivate consistency and comfort and instruct our hearts in the stuff that means the most to us. And 7, connect while you wait. You are not alone in the in-between. Waiting is a time to lean on friends, mentors, family for encouragement. Share meals, share walks and coffee dates, phone calls, letters, voice memos, Marco Polos. Get together. Let your children occupy one another while you talk. One anothering is nourishment for heart and soul. Did you know that the New Testament mentions one another about 100 times? And this goes both ways. We can serve our brothers and sisters in Christ while we are in a waiting season. So even if you're always the one doing the inviting, just keep on keeping on. And then season everything with lots and lots of grace. Friend, if you are in a waiting season, I wish you were right here because I would just take your hand and look into your eyes and tell you these things. You are not behind. Your season is absolutely not wasted, and you are definitely not missing out on your real life. The waiting season isn't empty. It might be quieter. It might be a time of dormant blooms before your eyes, but vigorously growing roots beneath the soil of your heart. So trust the one who writes all of your days. He is good. His timing is absolutely perfect, and he will continue his good work in and through you, even and sometimes especially while you wait. This week, go forth into the work that he has prepared for you to do. Walk in it, take one step and then another until you meet me here again next week at home on Mulberry Hill.